Hey, what's going on, traders? It's Ricky with TechBot Solutions, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about my recap and my, a little bit over $3,300 profit day. This is following up to my earlier video today where I was up, I believe, like $3,147. Ended up closing the day at $3,376 on the day. I'm going to show you exactly, my overall P&L on my overall account. I was up a little bit over $3,500. I'm going to show you kind of like the mistake that I made. Again, I took a risk. I was already up and doing did a decent amount on the day. My last trade did not work out according to plan. During extended hours, I ended up cutting my losses there, and I think I lost like $130 or something like that on my last trade, which set me back to that $3,376 price point. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you guys learned something new. If you guys do, we'd really appreciate the thumbs up if I earn it. Most importantly, if you guys haven't stayed connected already, I do want to remind you that we do run the largest YouTube channel and the largest private Facebook group for those who invest in the stock market. If you have not already joined our free Facebook group, TechBot Solutions, with over 185,000 members, be sure to click that first link in the description and stay connected. Also, if you want to learn a little bit more about how to watch me trade live every single day, that is that second link in the description, and that's our Learn Plan Profit group and how I can work with you on a closer basis. So let's go ahead and get right to it. Before I get into like the top stock that I'm thinking about watching for tomorrow, and it doesn't have to do with natural gas, as I know that that's mainly what I've been trading. But one of the things that I wanted to talk about was first my overall P&L on the day, $3,376. Looks like I'm getting okay, a couple messages. Yeah, but so overall, $3,376.30 on the day. I made nearly $3,400 profit on DGAS, and it was the UGAS trade that ended up setting me back a little bit. I was up about like 140, 150, which put me over that, $3,500 mark. My last trade just did not go according to plan, and I'm going to explain to you exactly why. So DGAS was absolutely just doing an amazing job. I made a majority of my money trading it during my swing trade that I had from Friday due to the observance of Martin Luther King Day. And market not opening on Monday. I was able to hold that position because of the value. Again, I explained that breakdown on Friday, so feel free to watch that video and my explanation on why I wanted to swing trade it and why I saw value in it. I had a reason behind it. That's why I did it. Ended up blocking some profits and then started to scalp DGAS during pre-market hours. That's a really cool thing. I mean, I woke up at around like 5 o'clock, really just followed its overall direction. It was very clear to me that natural gas was selling off. Again, if you want to watch a little bit more an in-depth breakdown on how and why I saw the value in DGAS, watch today's earlier video. But DGAS, natural gas, was selling off. Overall direction was trending down until it hit the low point around 305. So again, around 305 to 304, this is really where I began the progression in which natural gas sold off to slow down. So because of that, I saw value in UGAS. Natural gas, as it sells off, DGAS pushes up, right? 100%, it killed it all day. As it got to about $82, natural gas or DGAS didn't push up as aggressively anymore. And I really saw it no longer make higher highs like we saw it kind of do all day. And because of that, I decided to take a position on ticker symbol, UGAS, which is the inverse ETF, which is the one that was trending down, but I saw value in it. Again, that was my mistake. I took the risk of getting into that position, and my average purchase price, if I'm not mistaken, was $45.50. And I ended up cutting losses at $45.25. During extended hours, it hit highs of $45.40, and that's great. I could have, possibly have cut losses at a lower price point. It's not about exact price ones. Again, I'm just explaining that. I saw a lot of consolidation happening on UGAS. I thought a reversal or a little push up was going to happen. Back to the middle VWAP, kind of like we saw this as this was selling off. It consolidated for some time, built the support, and then popped right back up. Again, one thing that if you guys did not see what followed, there was a top energy news report for the day, and it was released, and it was in favor of natural gas, and it acted as a positive catalyst to drive the price up. If you're part of the Learn Plan Profit group, I shouted that out that shortly after that report was released around 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, it drove the price for UGAS to push up. Again, hit the top VWAP, began to sell off, and then got rejected throughout the remainder of the day. I saw I was able to take advantage of the push up, not on UGAS, but when it peaked out, then I took a position on DGAS, and I was able to enjoy, the profits that I made on that. I was at $3,500. This thing just continued to sell off, and then just began to consolidate. That's when I saw value in UGAZ, and that was where my mistake was made. So again, on UGAZ, I lost $19.20, and on ticker symbol DGAS, I made $3,395.50. Altogether on the day, $3,376.30 for those that care. What I wanted to talk about is I was really just going to talk about one specific stock that I saw value in, one specific future. I didn't want to talk about the ETFs. I wanted you guys to decide, but I made the video yesterday. A lot of you guys really enjoyed that video when I kind of just talked about the top 4 futures in 10 minutes. So I'm going to try to talk about each and every single one of them and what I think about them and the way that they traded today. I think that DGAS performed exceptionally well. Great. What I do want to show you is the pattern that I pointed out. So if we go on the 90-day 1-hour chart, the pattern that we pointed out with the descending resistance and descending support, look what we have going on now, right? So if I were to continue this to the right, you can see that now natural gas is somewhat at the support level. The RSI is oversold, and so is the MACD. Starting to show signs of a potential reversal, and that's why I saw value in UGAS. Again, my mistake was that I got in too early, and I did not feel comfortable holding a position overnight. That's simple. I wanted to point that out because if this continues to show signs of an uptrend and it trades in between the middle and top VWAP, we can follow up with it. As soon as tomorrow, I'll probably be up around 4 to 5 a.m. and I'll be able to trade as soon as 5 a.m. during extended hours. And the really cool thing about that is that if I see that pattern follows on UGAS, then again, we have nothing but margin to make. And again, looking at ticker symbol UGAS and the progression that it's been kind of like heading, although it has been selling off, it's been having this like really nice pattern that I've been able to like capitalize on. The margins are pretty big, so that's why I just didn't want to risk it. Even if it pushes up 5 or 10% during pre-market hours, that's great. I just didn't want to take the risk. I wanted to give it a little bit more time to identify its true direction. And even if I make 5% tomorrow, that's still a huge like freaking goal to have. And I just need to realize that. I need to understand that it sold off nearly 20% today. It's extremely volatile, and it's just not worth the risk. Again, it's not about trading for today. It's about trading for the future and making sure that I take certain steps and implement certain best practices that are going to benefit my future. And again, the less that I swing trade, I think as of right now with this overall volatility, the better. The one that I wanted to follow up with is /NQ. /NQ on the 180-day chart. So I'm gonna go here. 180-day chart. You can see that natural /NQ, which is the Nasdaq ETF, was starting to show signs of a sell-off. It's starting to bounce again. Again, I just want to keep you guys up to date. It's still below the EMA line. I want to see lower lows form. That's what's most important to me. /GC, and the pattern that's been having, kind of just like we called out yesterday. Feel free to watch out that video or watch that video, the top 4 futures in 10 minutes. Trust me, we talked about JNUG and /GC being overextended, that it was due for a pullback, and guess what? Just like it's done before based off of previous patterns, it validates the SMA line as a support. Does this mean that 100% this thing's going to push right back up? No. But if /GC and JNUG continue to trend up, then you'll see it trade in between the middle and top VWAP, which means that you identified its direction, you're at least getting in for a decent deal, you understand its previous resistance, and now you understand like the margin of profit that you have to go with, you understand the pattern, you understand the direction. It's much easier to feel comfortable with your trade. That's what I wanted to point out. And then the last one was /CL. /CL was aggressively selling off due to overall reversals as of right now. It peaked out, sold off, and now it's starting to pick back up again. This one's the one that I'm most indifferent about. I don't feel extremely confident about the direction that it's headed. I think it's still consolidating right now, deciding whether it's going to sell off and pull back to the SMA line or actually continue to uptrend. Again, if you don't understand its overall direction, then why even force the trade? That's pretty much my recap for the day. And I want to see if there's any open-ended questions that I can answer for you guys. I love that. Eric, let me go ahead and see if I can show this. So I have seen actually your GTR. It says, hey guys, just started the YouTube about my GTR. I love the stuff. Again, I'll be able to afford the car. Love that. Super happy to hear that you're able to buy the car. Hopefully you got it for a good deal, right? That's what's important. Ricky, subscribe to PewDiePie. What? No, thank you. Thanks for always explaining what you're looking at. Appreciate that, Vincent. Really happy to hear that. Okay, so what do I think about HTZ? Daniel, direct message me within the Tech But Solutions or Learn Plan Profit chat, and I'll do that breakdown for you. There you go. So a lot of you guys are asking, like, why did the market sell off? Again, that is why it's so important to pay attention to the /NQ future. If /NQ continues to sell off, most likely the overall market will follow. This is a NASDAQ future, and SQs and TQs are the NASDAQ ETFs. So if the sell-off continues to happen, then that is in favor of, if I'm not mistaken, SQs. So SQs had a green day because the market sold off. That is why I'm talking about the futures, and I'm not talking about the ETFs. Again, I don't like telling people, and I never will tell people what to buy or what to sell. I need you guys to understand patterns and directions. And if you don't understand that, then it's just going to take a little bit more time for you to become more familiar with that. Doesn't mean that it's impossible. It doesn't mean that you can't make it happen. It just means that you need to dedicate a little bit more time to understand those specific patterns, because it's because of those patterns that I was able to make today over $3,300 what I normally make in 1 week, right? My day today, my average goal is $500, $750 a day. Being able to achieve that within 1 day, it's just like so amazing. And you guys, one of the biggest parts to be able to get to a point where you can scale up your account and then be able to take advantage of, more aggressive maybe opportunities, is to get to a point where you feel comfortable enough to actually do that. But again, you can't do that when you just go in all in and try to risk it to get the biscuit, but you have no understanding of what it is that you are doing. So now there's a couple of questions. Again, if you guys have very specific questions that I have not already answered on YouTube and that I have not already or that you can't find on Google, feel free to direct message me within the Learn Plan Profit or Tech But Solutions Discord chat. Again, all the links are down below if you guys want to stay connected. The first link is for our free Facebook group, which then will give you access to our free Discord chat within Tech But Solutions. And if you want to be able to watch me trade live every single day, you guys have heard me talk about them before if you've watched any of my videos. It's the Learn Plan Profit group. It's the group that I work with every single day. That's that second link in the description if you simply want to learn more about it. I want to thank you guys again for your time. Continue working hard, continue following your dreams. Let your passion be what drives your success. I hope that I earned your thumbs up. I hope you guys can subscribe if you guys see value in this video and if you guys learned something new. And most importantly, I wish you guys an amazing rest of your week. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take